I'm not sure if you guys are real familiar with the company FRISK FADER, but they are a company out of Japan, and they make turntable related products, and they've been around for quite a while. So any independent company that puts out any type of turntable based, portable based product, I always want to get my hands on it, and I always want to support. And they've been making a fully 3D printed portable turntable. So here it is. This is what I was interested in. Of course, there's going to be a few spots on there that aren't going to be the cleanest, but as far as the looks, this is pretty crazy, man. The little tone arm, it's got the little holder. It's got a little magnet on here. That's kind of cool. Comes with a slip mat. Let's get into this. Yeah, that's magnetic. That's pretty cool. The little fader here. This feels like it's a rail fader. Here's your power button. It's a split button. It does DVS. This is the volume here. Power 7.5 volts, 2 amps DC. You can charge it here. It's got built-in speakers right here. You can actually put a little strap here on the side. Man, there's your 45 adapter here on the bottom. Take a look at this little tone arm. It looks like it's spring loaded as well. We'll have to see how well it works. It's got the little rubber band here, so you can make it, I guess, give it a little bit more of a downward force. Audio Technica needle. Let's see. Flip this little guy over. It runs off of some 18650s, which they provide. Let's see. On the back here it says the first 7-inch turntable, FRISK 7. So let's pull these out. Okay, there you go. You just push that down, and then you're good to go on that. Oh, look, it's on. This little button here, and that's your start stop. You even have your fader curve adjustment here, so that's kind of cool too. Turn this knob here. See how it turns it down? Because everything on here, it's marked, but it's all 3D printed into the portable itself. I will say, I think because the speakers are kind of underneath here, I think you're getting some feedback because it's the speaker is getting picked up through the platter into the little tone arm here. Turn this off, and let's take a look at what we got for the platter, and we'll have a look-see. So that comes off. Let's lift the platter up. Oh man, let's see what we got going on under here. I'm kind of so here's your platter. It is, of course, it's belt drive, just like any of the other portable 7 inches. As far as for this thing being 3D printed, man. Like I said, he put a lot of work into this. But what you need to do is unscrew this little screw right here, and then I guess this little plate comes off. So let's try that. We got to be kind of careful here because it is just 3D printed. I'm thinking it's PLA plastic, so there's that screw that comes off. There is a screw right here at the bottom, as you can see. So you got to be careful with that as well. And then this will come up, and then there is the fader itself. Okay, so interesting design for sure. This is a non-contact fader, and so he used reed switches. So the way that a reed switch works is there's two pieces of metal, and when a magnet gets close enough, the little pieces of metal touch, and then it creates a connection so that the signal can go through. Now the one thing that I'm gonna have to play around with is when those little reed switch pieces are touching each other, I'm gonna have to see if you're going to hear a pop in the sound, because it's gonna pop 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 every time that magnet gets close enough to make those reed switches touch. So I'll definitely have to play around with that, but I will say the fader feels smooth. I don't think the actual fader is going to be replaceable from the left side to the right side. It looks like it's only going to be on one side, but I will double check that now and see. As he was able to make his own fader without having to source a lot of parts from specific companies. You can see on the inside here, you can see those are the reed switches there. And there, the bars pull out, and then you'll see there's your magnet right there on your carrier. I mean, this thing's not even lubed, and it's very smooth. It's light. Yeah. So as I suspected, so yeah, you're definitely, the fader's gonna stay on one side. It'll stay on your right hand side. The left side is pretty much where your board is for your media player here. So you have a USB input here or a micro SD card input, and you can play your beats off of that, or you have your auxiliary input. It does have the DVS feature as well, and I think this is audio out. This portable is not very big, and I'll do a comparison of size when we get to it. So just for size reference, here's your PT01 scratch. Here's the FRISK 7. So you can see it's quite a bit smaller. When it's spinning, there's a little bit of grinding. And that might just be because it's kind of plastic on plastic. Or there might be a small imperfection on the platter. So what I'm going to try to do is maybe I'll sand that down a little bit just so that it's cleaner. But I mean, it feels decent. It's strong. The motor's strong. See, so when I hold this, see how the feedback goes away? So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get this to not feed back like that. So this is what I mean by popping. So listen to this. See what I mean? And it's because they're using reed switches. So you're gonna hear that popping. Alright, so after playing around with this for a little while, I was getting some issues with the amplifier here. So the amplifier for the speakers underneath are separate. So I did figure that out. So that's why when this is on, okay, this turns the internal speakers on. Okay, I was getting some bleeding, but I believe the reason why I was getting bleeding was because the batteries that were in there were almost dead, so it wasn't able to like fully power the portable. Or maybe you're starting to get bleeding because the fader's pulling power, the speakers are pulling power, the motor for the belt drive, that's pulling power. So I'm thinking that's the reason why. Now the other thing that I noticed is right here where it says DVS for split, you have to kick this over, and then that's where you're going to have your DVS, and it's going to split the signal. The one drawback that I've seen with this is the line out is not amplified. So you would need to put this to an amplified speaker. So plugging your headphones in here, you get very minimal sound. So that is one drawback. The other drawback is there is no pitch adjustment. So all it has is 33, 45, and 78. So you are stuck at 33, 45, and 78. There is no pitch adjust. So that is another thing that is missing from this. And again, this is an ongoing project. So I'm sure on newer generations of this portable, it might have that. Now the other thing that I noticed is the spindle that is used on this is a little bit thinner than a normal spindle, so you get a lot of movement on the record. So I noticed with that happening, we were getting a lot of sound coming through from the speakers, and it was causing a lot of feedback. Definitely won't happen if you use a external speaker, but I have yet to try that with this. And then I also have yet to try the media with the USB and the mini SD, but I'm assuming that it's going to work as well. There at the bottom, one's for the high and one's for the low. Alright guys, so just to let you know, when you kick the fader all the way to the other side, it cuts everything out. You're gonna hear the feedback, you know, just because it's amplified. So if you turn it down, then that feedback will go away, but then again, it's gonna be very low. Okay, but you know, that's what you're going to get out of these little speakers underneath here. These speakers are small. They're maybe about an inch and a half. So anyway, let's get some cutting in on this. All right. Okay guys, so I wanted to do a quick voiceover. So I wanted to say the FRISK 7 is an awesome little portable turntable. It's a great concept. I will recommend that you guys hold off on purchasing the portable because there is a lot of bugs that need to be worked out, and it's pretty pricey. It cost me about $320 US, and for that type of money, I would definitely say you want a finished product. Being that, you know, it's still having some minor issues with the popping issue with the fader, the feedback through the platter and the needle, not having Bluetooth features, you know, all these things that are coming standard with the regular portables. But I will say I do like this and I do support it because
they are an independent company, and any independent company that doesn't have huge backing from corporations, I'm all about supporting. So definitely check them out. Go to their website, and if you want to support their company, then purchase some product from them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be making more content as soon as I get more stuff to talk about. Peace for now.